Of his teammate Justin Haley. Busy afternoon for the driver out of Florida.
Be a lot of fun to be able to do that, have that opportunity, run that truck race, great truck race, then jump in this Xfinity car and learn what it takes to get to the front of this.
You know, that is what makes Atlanta so good, guys. One car all the way against the wall, the other one all the way on the bottom, and both running about the same speed. And we talked about this in the opening of the show. That's why it's a driver's track. You have so many options. If the guy's on the bottom, you go to the top. If he's on the top, you go to the bottom. And that's what makes this so much fun. And Clint, I love when you watch them. They get on that line, and you just see the back of the car dancing. And inside, they're swatting flies. And it happens every single lap for every single driver in the field. Big
time. We called arm pump in motocross when I grew up racing. You get arm pump.
You do, absolutely.
Sawing on that wheel all day long.
Hey, let's give some credit. We were talking Colleague, 16, that green and white car. A.J. Allmendinger started 30th because they don't have any owner's points, and so he had to come from basically the back, and he's worked his way to the top 15, fresh off the top 10 when he was in a similar situation at Bristol on Monday night.
Certainly a lot of experience there with A.J., good equipment. He will definitely be to the front of this thing. That doesn't surprise me one bit. One of the things you were talking about with that groove difference where they run the outside, run the bottom. I can't tell you how many times, you know, you go rifle that thing off into the inside. You're like, I got him. I mean, just blow his doors off. And then all of a sudden, here he comes, you know, getting to the throttle early on that outside, carrying that momentum off the corner. And if on the flip side of that, you run the outside, you can't see that car disappear clear down on the bottom. You're like, where'd he go? And then all of a sudden, here you come and meet up door to door again on exit. It's a cool, you know, atmosphere and vibe that only a track like this can give you. California does the same thing.
Well, and when you're running the top, you drive in, you can't see him, but you get back to the gas, and you're like, God, I think I'm going to get him once we get around there.
They slide up in front of you.
How much if you're on the bottom and you go inside of somebody and you know he's coming, how much are you looking in that mirror anticipating that big run on the outside?
Well, I think the hardest part is being on the bottom, knowing that outside's coming, waiting for Brett, my spotter. Come on, Brett. Tell me where he's at, because you can't see him. I mean, you want to talk about a blind side, you know, a blind spot in your cars. He's on top of you. You can't look out the rearview mirror and see him because he's not behind you. He's on top of you. Huge elevation change when he runs the top and you're on the bottom. Very difficult because you know he's coming. You just hope that he might be able to slide up there before he does.
Saw another spot there for Allmendinger, who's 12th. Brandon Jones, one of our drivers, going for that dash for cash. In fact, the only one right now outside the top 10, the 19, is in the 13th spot.
And I thought, honestly, when I look at how well Brandon Jones ran at Auto Club, he dominated that race. I'm like, man, slick racetrack, rough. This is the same surface, essentially, as Auto Club. I really thought we'd see him step up today. So maybe they need to get in, make an adjustment. This has been an incredible track for Joe Gibbs Racing.
I will say this, last couple of weeks when we've done this competition caution, Charlotte and Bristol, they're a team that has taken advantage of that early one to come down, not necessarily put on tires, just make an adjustment. Right. They didn't do that today. So to your point, when they get their pit stop at lap 40, that might be the reset they need to find some speed.
And I think Brandon's clearly done a good job of telling them what he needs. The crew chief's done a great job of making those adjustments. That team is gelling well. Listen, being able to outrun Kyle Busch at Phoenix heads up, that is an incredible moment when you're a full-time Xfinity Series driver.
Definitely flexing some muscle when you can pull that off. I want to hear, let's listen in here at Ross Chastain and hear the throttle. You drive at Atlanta, this big racetrack like it's wore out. You drive it with the throttle, not necessarily the steering wheel. You can hear him really pedaling it, keeping the car underneath of him. You don't want to push too much gas, the front end takes off. If you use too much, and also you can spin the tires.
And he was able to hook the line really good right there, Clint, and exit.
Not necessarily the steering wheel. You can hear him really pedaling it, keeping the car underneath of him. You don't want to push too much gas, the front end takes off. If you use too much, and also you can spin the tires.
And he was able to hook the line really good right there. You can hear just a little bit of wheel spin there on late exit when he was behind Ross.
But really what I heard is tight. And it's probably because of that dirty air.
Having to wait on it a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. When he got in the corner, he really backed the corner up as he got into one. Had to wait on the lot. Right here, you see him wash up behind him. That's that dirty air that you actually saw it right there from his in-car. This is what you want. You want to be Brandon Brown. Have that left front headlight underneath that and keep that thing turning. You got to have a headlight under him or it won't turn.
Briscoe in front of him. Remember the 98 pin. It's got a chassis adjustment at the competition.
Oh, absolutely. And he got in the corner. He really backed the corner up as he got into one. Had to wait on the lot. Right here, you see him wash up behind him. That's that dirty air that you actually saw it right there from his in-car. This is what you want. You want to be Brandon Brown. Have that left front headlight underneath that and keep that thing turning. You got to have a headlight on your
car here on front of tires. Like they ran those 18 laps, but then you make an adjustment. I think it's really hard to get a feel for that.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things I do like about that, though, is you got your adjustment out of the way. You know, with the pit stops being as close as they are, you know, you said it. Adam, you said it. It's kind of busting slick, kind of right back to where he was. However, he did get that adjustment out of the way. When they got to stick the wedge wrench in and make those rounds, that's time off of your pit stop. So if you get that out of the way, and no harm, no foul on the racetrack, it'll be a game when they reroute.
What's the update on the setup,
Justin Allgaier still hanging in fourth, but he's still not happy with the setup of that car. He's saying the right rear feels way oversprung. So Jamie, explain what exactly is he feeling and how can they adjust on that for this next stop?
Feels like it's burning the right rear.
He's saying exactly what we've been saying. It's loose, right? It's too loose, and that's what everybody's fighting with today. But I'm watching his lap times, and he's not that far off. If they can get in there, it's a little easier to tighten your car up here than it is to make it turn better. Because when you're tight and you ask them to free it up, it typically never turns better, and you're just looser.
Everybody explains that a little bit different too. You know, going back to what I said, like a dinner plate on an ink pen ball. That's what you feel. It's oversprung. Only thing I'm feeling is that right rear spring. Somehow, some way, your adjustment has to help me with that balance where that's not the only thing I'm feeling.
And there's one thing about it. His crew chief is saying, well, Justin, there's not anything I can do about that. We're going to have to work with what we have today.
What do tires
It's not acceptable,
mean?
Jamie. I need an answer. I need some help here. Swatting flies out here.
Hey, what do tires mean? Cindric restarted 21st, and his lead is 9 seconds on the final lap of the stage.
He got on the apron there. It looked to me like.
Jamie Little said it earlier. Team Penske has never won in the Xfinity Series at Atlanta. That to me is one of the most mind-boggling stats, although they finished second in like 4 of the last 6 races here.
I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, they have speed. Yeah.
Yet.
Maybe today is the day. Stage 1. First stage win of the year goes to Austin Cindric. The rest of the top 5, Ross Chastain, Justin Haley, Justin Allgaier, and Daniel Hemrick.
We've all got some miles to make up. Miles to the job site, the campsite, and anything else we set our sights on. So let's roll up our sleeves, because we've got miles to make up.
Go to Ram.com to shop and buy online, where you can get $6,300 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500 plus these additional incentives.
What's going on? Let me help. Here we go. Lift and push and push. There, it's up there. Oh, boy.
Hey, Josh.
Wrinkles send the wrong message. Help prevent them before they start with Downy Wrinkle Guard.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Papa. So you won't get caught with wrinkles again.
When you're ready, where will you go? Your happy places? Wide open spaces? The skies and lakes and lands you've longed for? Wherever you go, when we're all free to roam, Midas can help get you there. Through July 4th, celebrate your freedom with our unprecedented 1776 oil change that includes a tire rotation on us. When you're ready, your car should be too. Midas.
Calling all grassmasters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine to the springtime sprawlers and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Run with us on a John Deere mower, because this is more than just grass. It's home. Search John Deere mowers for more.
Game-changing, super hydrophobic, ultra durable, and affordable. Mother's revolutionary CMX ceramic spray coating. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Join the revolution.
Before the road trips, the cool mornings, the hot cast iron, the short nights, and
the long cast. There's one stop that you can't afford to miss. Start your season at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's during the Go Outdoors sale. It's our biggest outdoors family event of the year. Shop in-store or online. Your adventure starts here.
An emergency is the absence of choice, the randomness of the world.
Tornado!
911, what's your emergency?
On Judgment Day, which side do you stand on Judgment Day?
Let's show 'em what we got.
It's the summer of 911, Mondays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
NASCAR Xfinity Series racing is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Opening stage is complete for the NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We gave you the top 5 going to break. Rest of the top 10, Gregson scored points and was the best of those drivers when it comes to those going for the Dash for Cash. Riley Herbst was in the 7th position. Chase Briscoe to 8th. A.J. Allmendinger 9th. And then it's Harrison Burton back there in the 10th position. No-brainer, you pit here at the end of the stage because everybody wants tires, even the 22 who came down at the competition caution. Here they are, Jamie.
That's right. We're on board right now with the 10. Ross Chastain, Justin Haley pulls into his box. Chastain, though, saying he's a little bit tight, actually. And because, like you mentioned, he ran the truck race earlier today, he wants a drink. He wants that tear off so he has clear vision. And the 22, interesting here. They're taking tires again here. Remember, they're very limited on sets of tires in this race. Only 5 for this race today.
Yeah, Jamie, so that will leave them with 2 for the rest of the race. But history does show here, long green flag run in the final stage. If it all comes together, should work out just fine for Brian Wilson, Austin Cindric, and that 22 team. Colby Howard plus 19, no tires for him, the 15. And Austin Cindric, of those that took tires, is the first off pit road. Behind him, Chastain and Briscoe in the 98 plus 4. That's your pit crew working well there on the pit lane.
Like what I see. Keep it up, boys. Get that confidence. Ain't nothing better confidence. Hey, let's see. Let's check in. Jamie, let's get a hold of Austin Cindric here.
Push the right button.
I'm going to try. Here we go. Hey, Austin, it's Boyer and J-Mac over here in the studio. You got us?
Man, you're yelling at me.